As the assassin peered down at his soon-to-be victims, the only question that truly remained was not if he was going to kill them, but simply how. Today we're going to be building the ultimate assassin here on Rolling with Advantage. When building the ultimate assassin, there's truly one race that just simply towers above the rest of the options, and that is the Bugbear. You see, the Bugbear, while monstrous in size, is also incredibly sneaky. You see, as we take a look at the racial features, we see we have a +2 to strength, +1 to dex, which marries up to this sneaky yet huge feature of the race. We also take a look at the fact they have dark vision, and they are sneaky, so they naturally get the stealth ability. But the thing that we really want to cue into is the surprise attack. You see, surprise attack allows us to, whenever we hit someone for the very first time in combat, we do an additional 2d6 damage to them. Now, this is not limited to, once per short rest or long rest, so over multiple engagements, we could do this at the start of each of those engagements. Just something to keep in mind. Another big thing about the Bugbears that I absolutely love is that they have the powerful build feature, which allows them to pick up a ton of weight, 800, 900 pounds, a lot of fun things that you can do with that. So as we go into the Bugbear, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building him as an assassin to start. So 3 levels into assassin is going to give us the big assassinate ability that we're really looking for. And what that allows us to do is that if we get the surprise on someone, when we hit them with our first attack, they suffer a critical hit. So if we used a bow with this, we could do a d6 for the short bow, 2d6 for the sneak attack damage for being a rogue at level 3, and an additional 2d6 for being a Bugbear. That is 5d6, crit would be 10d6 to start the combat. That's huge. Now, if we did it with a rapier, we would substitute the short bow damage for a rapier. Now we're looking at 8d6 and 2d8 at level 3. This character starts off being extremely dangerous at level 1, becomes lethal at level 3 once we pick up the assassinate ability. Now, as far as roleplay and how to build this character further, let's take a look at our proficiencies. I would take sleight of hand, acrobatics, perception, and persuasion as my 4 skills here for being a rogue. Now, under description, I like the urban bounty hunter, pick up insight and deception as well. Just good flavor. The big key here is I want to have deception as my skills. You can pick that up as a rogue, but however you want it, pick that up. So going back over, what we're going to do is we take a look at the expertise. Where are you? Here we go. I want to have expertise in deception and stealth. I think that is an automatic. Deception, so we can sneak our way past the stealth to sneak, deception to talk our way past the guards or something of that nature. I think that is how I would absolutely want to build an assassin. I'm thinking about how to infiltrate. So now from here we have a lot of options. Do we continue building it up as the assassin, or do we go into a multi-class? I like the idea of going into the Hexblade. We could always do with a paladin if you want to do some type of smite, sneak attack, assassinate build. That could be fun. But I believe thematically what I'm trying to do is I want to really marry into the best assassin possible. So I'm going to need a little bit of help in the magic department, and I think the Hexblade Warlock is going to give me what I want. You see, by taking 3 levels in Hexblade, of course we pick up all the Hex Warrior and stuff like that, but this isn't about building, this isn't a Hexblade video per se. It's more about assassination. And what we're looking for is we're looking for Devil Sight, in the sense that we can see in darkness, and we're going to pick up Mask of Many Faces, which allows us to cast Disguise Self at will. What this is going to allow us to do is marry up more with those abilities we talked about of sneaking in, deceiving people, and getting into our target to take out the political leader or whatever it is we're trying to do. So this is how I would go, and also with the Pact boon, I like Pact of the Blade. The whole idea behind this is, hey, I get in somewhere, I'm disguised as a nobleman, and maybe they checked me for weapons. Not to worry, I can summon my weapon to my hand to go do the deed. So I like this idea thematically. Now, spell selection is also huge. I want to take friends. This is going to allow me to get advantage on my charisma checks. I would hate for all of my plans to be wasted because I made one bad dice roll, so I like this. Green Flame Blade is going to allow us to do additional damage whenever we do the sneak attack, the big assassin move. This does work because part of using this spell is you're making a melee attack. So go in, use this with your rapier, and now all of a sudden you're going to do a d8 for the rapier, an additional d8 for Green Flame Blade, 2d6 sneak attack, another 2d6 for being a Bugbear, 4d6 plus 2d8, 8d6, and 4d8. Holy cow, that's a lot of damage. So that's a lot of fun. Of course, spells, I like the utility stuff. My big combat spell will be Hex. I like Darkness, Invisibility, and Suggestion for my Warlock spells. For Warlocks in generally, I like more utility spells since we're limited on how many spell slots we have. That's how I would go. So this is what the character looks like at level 6. Now, as far as stats go, I put 11. I had an odd point for point buy, so 11 in strength for Bugbear. That's going to put me at 13. 15 in dexterity, give me that extra point for being a Bugbear, puts me at 16. 12 con, 12 wisdom, and we need to have good charisma here for 14. We need that for being a Hexblade, and hey, we're talking our way out of things. So as far as the character sheet goes, this is kind of what we're looking like. Of course, the cool thing too with being a Hexblade is we pick up medium armor and also martial weapons, so we can upgrade to longbow if you want to do the whole sniper deal. We also can pick up a breastplate to help with our armor class. So what this allows us to do is after we do that huge alpha strike to start, we're still a solid melee fighter to finish off the rest of the targets. And we have a lot of tricks up our sleeve if we need to reset and try to set up a big backstab again in a way. Now, that is how this would work. Now, from here, where do we go? You could continue to leveling this as a Warlock, and that would give you more invocations to play with. We could do some more fun things with that. But I really feel that I would go back and level up Rogue further. I think getting more and more dice added to your sneak attack as we get higher in level would be huge. Picking up more expertise is good. And the other thing, too, is that as we go up in the assassination tree, we get the ability to have false identities. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have Warlock, to be able to cast Disguise Self, because I just don't see a Bugbear having a whole lot of false identities that he can have. I don't care how good your disguise kit is, you're still a giant Bugbear. So I kind of think thematically I need that ability. So this is how I would build my Ultimate Assassin. Maybe your Ultimate Assassin looks a little different. And if it does, I'd love to hear about it. So please, leave some comments below if you have any questions on how, I did it or how you would do it. If you like this type of content, be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel. You can also join our Discord if you want to continue this conversation online. I'll leave a link to it below in the description. And until next time, keep rolling with advantage. Thanks.